eternal Quel'thalas. I haven't been here since I was a boy.
Be wary. The elves likely wait in ambush.
The frail elves do not concern me, Necromancer. Our forces are strengthened with every foe we slay.
Don't be too overconfident, Death Knight. The elves must not be taken lightly.
We shall see. Bring forth the prisoner. Where is the entrance to your land, elf?
You will never enter Quel'thalas, Fallen Prince. The woods themselves protect our borders, and the enchanted elf gates protect our capital.
Your precious gates will not stop me any more than these trees, little elf. Bring up the meat wagons. We'll make our own entrance.
The energies of this place are strong. Kill the elves, level their structures. This location is perfect for your base.
It'll be a pleasure.
The undead are advancing. Alert the sentries.
Speak, fool.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to level 3 of the Undead campaign in Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. And in this mission, there are 2 ways of going about how to complete it. We intend to go for... First, let me explain. The first way is taking the long way around, and the second way is taking the short way around. And we intend to take the short way around. Long way will involve that we move to the far right side, capture the gold mines there, and make our slow descent to the southwestern side of the map, and then finally taking on blue. But what we are going to do instead is cut right through here to the south. Establish a base in one of the closer gold mines there, and then just keep the blue from giving us a hard time. So before any of this stuff can happen, we just need to first get our base up and running. Now, while we are waiting for our base to get operational, the blue is probably advancing with a very small army in order to come and stop us. Now, no need to worry about them. They're not a big threat at first, but their attacks do become stronger and stronger.
I am Sylvanas Windrunner, Ranger General of Silvermoon. I advise you to turn back now.
It is you who should turn back, Sylvanas. Death itself has come to your land. What is it now?
Okay, so there we go. That is the first introduction of Sylvanas in the Warcraft universe. Before, for those of you who know Warcraft pretty well, before she turned into Banshee Queen. So here she's still playing a good and righteous role in order to save her people. So our buildings, or we finally have some blight to work with, and we are immediately going to start with making some buildings, pretty much the same as we did in the previous video. So we are going to get our first bunch of ziggurats up and running. Do not build them too far forward, because we would like to bait them to come closer to this area in order to shoot them, in order to have maximum damage from the majority of our spirit towers once they're operational. We're also immediately going to start a Halt of the Dead in order to have that extra bit of defense, and let the lumber harvesting commence as well. So now, the majority of the attacks is probably going to come here from the northeastern side. No, actually, no, in fact not. That pathway is blocked. I wonder why it was. Which means the only entrance is on this side. We're going to use Arthas to just explore a bit. So now, a little thing to keep in mind: across this map, there are a couple of places where there are knolls located, where you can get a little bit of extra gold if you wish. Otherwise, oh yes, and also just as important, get some items there as well. So if you would like to, they are located one over here, there's another one over here, and the one that we really want to get to is located in this region, where we're going to be finding an important item for Arthas, especially in the long run.
I bow to your will.
Okay, so far so good. Defenses are starting to get up and running. We can start making our crypts. And we shouldn't take too long to advance. We're just going to use these ghouls to get enough lumber for us to get the basics of our base started. And then we are going to move out immediately in order to claim another gold mine for that extra bit of gold income. Now, the base to the far right is a very, very good one to go for if you want to get a gold mine a little bit faster, as the defenses there are not very high. So that is definitely one of the options that you have. But, like I mentioned, we're just going to take the base over here in order to take over that gold mine and then establish a defensive field in order to keep the majority of the attacks from blue, at least at bay.
Yes, master. The dead shall serve.
Okay, also to note, we have necromancers in this level that we can make use of. Now, necromancers are going to be incredibly handy for this level. The reason why being, necromancers have the raise dead ability, which gives us 2 skeletons from a corpse. So instead of using our ghouls to cannibalize, we're going to be using the corpses to turn them into skeletons. Now, skeletons overall aren't very strong units, but because they are free units, they are incredibly handy to use. And on top of it all, they do a little bit more damage than what ghouls do. So if you can all of a sudden have an army of skeletons on your side, you can actually quickly overwhelm an enemy's army as well. So definitely worth noting.
Yes, master.
We are going to be making about let's say 6 or so necromancers. We can go for even more if we want to, but the rest of our army is going to be consisting of ghouls, so we don't want to spend too much food on necromancers. Only if there's extra food left will we do so.
I bow to your will.
Okay, so now we can start advancing to the southern side and break down the trees over there. We are going to be leaving 2 ghouls in the base just to keep a steady flow of lumber going, because we are going to be needing lumber in order to get our defenses up, in order to get a new gold mine as well. So yeah, we are in fact going to continue making units though. So let's get to it and let's see if we can secure a 3rd base. Now, like with the mortar teams before, all you need to do with these kind of siege weapons is just attack, just attack the woods, and then they should break down no problem. But because it is nighttime, our sight radius is a little bit lower, but it is no problem for us at all. Just means it's a little bit slower to break through than usual.
No one orders me around.
Okay, so now this is an entrance to another section of Quel'thalas, and also a section for them to attack us from. Chances are very high that they might be moving out already, so let's just be careful not to engage until their army or their attack force has arrived on the side. In the meantime, there's nothing really else for us to upgrade. We can maybe make another spirit tower in order not to get supply blocked. And the reason why I'm breaking down these trees over here is in order to make an easier pathway for us to fight in. We are nearing their base, and it will be good for us to have a maneuverable army while we fight. Especially since we are using our ghouls primarily to surround their armies.
The rest of
So while we are waiting for them to engage, we can actually use Arthas to go to the left side, take care of a couple of archers that are located here. He is more than adequate enough to do so. I can send my ghouls as well, but I'm kind of concerned about them sending their army at the same time, which is not a problem, but the meat wagons are slow, so we don't want to accidentally get cut off. So yeah, we need to get our meat wagons into this section over there.
What is it now?
So that is actually, in fact, there's a tower located over here. Daytime. Now actually be a good idea to start our acolyte training. We are going to need about 5 of them in order to fill up a new gold mine. So we might as well do that. Blue. Oh, there we go. Just as I was about to say, blue hasn't showed up yet. They came. So use your meat wagons to target. Oh my goodness, I was afraid of just that. Let's just run back a little bit. Activate the raise dead ability and oh, this is not going well. Not the way that I was hoping this would turn out.
At last.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What is it now?
On the fortunate side, however, we do have all of those extra skeletons, so that is helping so much, believe it or not. In fact, I think these skeletons are going to be our salvation. Yeah. And this is exactly what I was talking about, the reasons why skeletons are so important. We just took down a relatively strong army, and we did it with the majority of them being skeletons. No need to worry too much about Arthas. We do still have that one awesome potion on our side, which in fact we might as well use now. So yeah, we're going to go about doing that.
What is it now?
Get rid of those if we really want to. There's also a goblin merchant here that we can use. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, these skeletons eventually do wear out. So that already happened.
No one would have come around. The dead shall serve. The restless dead await. The dead speak serve. What does the shadow will? The dead shall serve. What is it now? The restless dead await.
Okay, once again, use the meat wagons in order to do damage to the archers behind. And from here on out, we should actually do just fine.
What does the shadow?
We still have more than enough gold in order to sustain us. And then we can take care of this base over here.
No one orders me. Tread lightly. Where shall my blood be still? My face speak. At last. The restless dead await.
Perfect, we have broken through.
No one does the shadow.
So now that we are taking over this place over here, that gold mine is going to become key in order for us to quickly build up our army and stop being so behind with the forces. But first we need to get rid of all of those elves over there before we can really start building.
The dead shall serve. Speak, fool. This better be good. No one orders me around. I bow to your will. I will. Speak, fool. The restless dead await.
There we go. And take over that gold mine. I'm sure. Oh, there we go.
I wish no one.
So after that gold mine has finished, we're going to have a set of blight that we can use. Okay, yeah, they come again. Start making some skeletons. Don't worry too much about the mana of these necromancers. There is going to be a pool of mana regeneration that we can use. So all of their mana will eventually come back to us.
What is it now? Speak. What is it? This speak.
Oh man. Okay, well, you actually don't want to lose any of your meat wagons if you can help it. But if it does happen as well, it's not the end of the world. We can always just build another slaughterhouse, and then yeah, just make more meat wagons.
This better be good. Yes, master. What is it
when this gold mine runs out, it's also not going to be the end of the world. If we really have to go and get another gold mine, we can go to the northeastern side and just claim another one of the gold mines there. But we are hoping to finish the game before that time has arrived.
No one wants me around. The dead shall serve. What does the shadow do? Speak, fool. What is it now? The restless dead await is complete.
There we go. Now we're going to have a massive boost of gold all of a sudden. Even though we do have low upkeep, we are still going to get a spike of gold.
Speak.
And that is going to be very handy in keeping back some of the attacks that will be coming up soon.
What does the shadow do?
At the same time, we are going to open up this path in order to go and get that item that I was talking about. It's not one of the most important items in the world, but it is still going to help out Arthas a bit.
Tread lightly. The restless dead await. What is it now? Tread lightly. What does the shadow do? Where shall my blood be still? I gladly summoning.
Ah, there we go. Awesome.
My face is sealed. I gladly. What is it?
Having 4 of these should be perfectly fine. Immediately start making one of them. So that little bit of extra damage. Oh yeah, another little thing to note. Undead units regenerate health a lot faster when they are on Blight than off Blight. Now combined with the Unholy Aura, it is even faster than usual. I'm not sure if this includes meat wagons as well, but the Unholy Aura already is helping out so much to regenerate the life of that meat wagon.
No one orders me around. The restless dead shall serve. What is it now? Tread lightly. What does the shadow do?
So before we go looking for that item that I was speaking about, we're just going to hold back one of the attacks first. I think that the next attack that they send is going to contain glaive throwers, so we want to keep our army close by when they do engage. In the meantime, just continue making units.
What is it now?
Continue building up that army, and yeah, we will soon be ready to move out against the main base of blue.
I wish only to serve.
Oh, this gold mine. Yeah, this gold mine is still fine, actually.
Speak, fool. Upgrade. Tread lightly. The dead shall serve. This dead shall serve. No one orders me around. What is it now? The restless dead await. This better. The restless dead await.
Any minute now.
Ah, at last. Frostmourne hungers.
Ah, there we go.
Finally.
Perfect.
At last.
Got a big little surprise waiting for them.
Speak, fool. Frostmourne hunger. The restless dead await.
We're not even going to bother raising skeletons for this fight.
Speak, fool.
Might be a good idea to repair what we can.
No one orders me. What is it?
Also, don't worry too much about saving the ghouls. You can if you want to, since we are going to be regenerating our mana. But the other option is just rebuilding our army. Okay, perfect. So we held that back with ease. Now we can go about taking on those gnolls that I spoke of.
The dead shall serve. Dead await. Speak, fool. This better.
Now over here in the center side, there's also another group of gnolls that you can take on, and they will give you an item called the Book of the Dead, which is also, it is pretty much like the ability that the Necromancer gives, but the difference is that they give you skeletal archers as well, and those skeletons last a bit longer. Very, very good item to have on your side, but
the creatures of the forest are also resisting our invasion.
But it is not the Alpha and the Omega. And there we go, a ring of protection.
At last.
Like I said, it's not the most major item in the world, but it is still an item that is going to make Arthas a slight bit more durable.
Restless dead awaits. Speak, fool.
And a Scroll of the Beast if we really want to use it, but nah.
Tread lightly.
Overall, I prefer to make use of passive items than active ones. What I mean by that is, the Spider Ring is not a very good item, but it does give Arthas that +1 to agility, which slightly increases his attack speed and slightly increases his defense as well. While the Scroll of the Beast is going to affect the majority of my army when fighting, but at the same time, it is only an item that lasts for a short while. Okay, so we have one of two choices. We can wait for them to make another attack first, or we can go about just engaging and taking their army halfway before we really reach that entrance. But before we do that, we are going to take on these golems over here and get a little bit of mana regeneration like I spoke of earlier. Now, one of the skills that gets unlocked with the Necromancer is called Unholy Frenzy. Now, Unholy Frenzy is a very handy little skill that you can have on your side. However, you also pay a price for it as well, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword. One, it increases attack speed greatly, but number two, it costs life per second. So be very careful on what kinds of units that you put the Unholy Frenzy on. But in this case, it will work incredibly well on Arthas, as Arthas is just going to attack a lot faster. Like now. We can now go about using the skeleton for this one, as we can just get mana regeneration afterwards, and at the same time have a bit of a skeletal army to work with as well.
No one as the shadow will speak, fool. No one. This is what.
No problem.
At last.
Not a problem. Now, just sacrifice all of those skeletons.
Dead await Frostmourne hungers. The restless dead await. Tread lightly.
Let them clear the path for you. Let them do maximum damage to everything.
What is it?
And just keep on making ghouls.
Speak. Finally, we've reached the Elf Gate. Press the attack. Let none survive.
Speak, fool. Finally. The restless dead await. Tread lightly. What is it now? The dead shall serve. No one orders me. The restless dead await. What is it now? Speak. What does the shadow?
Once again, don't worry too much about what's going on here. We will be creating a relatively strong skeleton army, like we did in the first real fight that we had with the Elves. Just make sure that you don't lose your Necromancers. Keep on making ghouls, and use the meat wagons to destroy their buildings. And now just watch the amazing army that we are slowly but surely going to build.
The restless dead await. Speak.
I mean, look at how much faster Arthas attacks now. So it definitely does help.
Speak. What is it? No one is dead shall serve. What is it? Your pain shall be legendary. As the shadow will. This is what does the shadow will speak, fool? Ah, at last. What is it? Speak, dead shall serve. This better. No one. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await. No one will be around.
And this is the might of the Undead, an almost never-ending army.
Our gold mine is collapsed.
And just in time too. We'll have the gold mine.
What is it? Our forces are under attack. Or the Lich King. As the shadow will.
No one orders me around. What is it now?
This metal, frostborn hunger.
This is more like it. No one orders me around. Tread lightly.
Speak, fool. The dead shall serve. This metal.
At last. What is it now? This is more like it. Tread lightly.
The restless dead await.
What is it now?
The dead shall serve. What does the shadow will? The restless dead await.
Tread lightly.
Or the Lich King.
That's pretty much over and done with.
Thy
Here we go.
Thy will.
Fall back to the second gate. Fall back.
The Elf Gate has fallen. Onward, my warriors. Onward to victory.
Alright, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is level 3 of the Undead campaign. Hope that you enjoyed watching this video and hope that you learned of a shorter way of going about completing this level as well on hard difficulty. As always, please like and subscribe, refer to your friends that might enjoy some Warcraft and would like to learn some more, and I will of course see you for level 4 where we get to destroy even more of Quel'thalas. See you next time.